Hey everybody, today I'm going to teach you how to use AI automation to find a therapist that works with your health insurance plan. I know this is a very common complaint people have. And again, if you haven't watched my previous video, hang on, I need a sip of water. If you haven't watched my previous video, this isn't perfect. And the AI automations that I'm showing you in this video that work today may not work tomorrow because the software is changing so quickly. And maybe by the time you watch this, we're going to have even better, faster, easier software. But I'm here to just teach you the theory of how to take something practical that lots of people need to know how to do and use AI to do it. So if you don't understand all the technical terms, just keep watching. You'll get the idea. Okay? All right. So here's our workflow. I have three agents. I have this insurance coverage expert, I have this patient representative, and I have this phone call agent. And forgive me that I'm staring at the screen and not at the camera, but whatever. So let's start with our insurance coverage expert. All of these systems are using OpenAI ChatGPT to think. That's the brain, and just the simple memory as their memory. Okay, combine those with the memory. You can put those aside. You don't have to think about them again. You can use any variety of anything you want. I just wanted to make this as easy as possible. Okay. Our insurance coverage expert has three tools. It's got a Google Drive tool, a Google Docs tool, and a Google Sheets tool. In the Google Drive, you're going to put PDF of your insurance policy. You know how you get that file? It's like 300 pages. Everything possibly that's covered, and then they send you another one that's a simplified one, and then they send you like a book of providers. Well, you can get PDFs of all that stuff, or you can make them with your phone and put them in that Google Drive. The Google Docs and the Google Sheets are there. The Google Doc is there for essentially to serve as your insurance card. What's your member number? What's your birth date? What's your address? Basic information that any therapist you're going to call is going to ask, okay? And then the Google Sheets is there because we may need to parse some of the information. The book of providers may have every kind of doctor that your insurance covers, or it may have every in-network therapist, but not necessarily on your plan. And so we're going to need to have it pull the ones that, as best we can figure out without calling anyone first, are covered for you, okay? Then we're going to take that Google Sheet, and you'll see there's another agent right here that I've called patient representative. And patient representative is the representative. It's you. It argues on your behalf, and you're going to train it. It's got Google Docs and Google Calendar right now. You could add Google Drive as well, but anything that therapist might need to know about you, or what your symptoms are, or why you need to see a therapist. So I'm just saying, you might make a Google Doc that says, I'm going through a bad breakup or a bad divorce, and I'm drinking or trying to have a problem with this or that, whatever. You're going to put that in the Google Doc, why you need to see the therapist, why it's important. And then the calendar is there because the therapist is going to say, well, I've got availability on this day or on that day, and it needs to know when you have availability. So that patient representative is you. It's your representative, okay? And then we've got the phone call agent up here. And I want you to imagine that these are really three different people working on your behalf. You have one person who's an expert on your insurance. You have another person who's an expert on why you need care. And this third person is the person that actually calls all the therapists for you. Now, as I'm sure you know, when you call a lot of therapists, you're going to get a voicemail. Well, a phone call agent can leave a voicemail, and when the therapist calls them back, it can answer the call. So it's, again, using ChatGPT and the default memory, but it's got two components here. Twilo, which is the API that actually makes and receives the phone calls on your behalf, and then 11 Labs, which synthesizes your voice. So you'll have an 11 Labs account, you'll go in, you'll record yourself talking for a couple minutes, and so when the therapist is talking to the bot, it thinks it's talking to you because it sounds like you, and it knows all about your symptoms, and it knows all about your insurance coverage. And so once it calls around and does all the things it needs to do and finds you a therapist. Now, you could say, don't make any appointments. Just email me every time you find a therapist that takes my coverage and is accepting new patients. Or you could say, make appointments with multiple therapists and I'll cancel the ones I don't want. Or you could say, make an appointment with the first one, but keep calling around and see if you can find me anybody else just in case I need a backup. So any of those options are possible, and I just have it built to email you in that case. But you could set it to text you or send you a Facebook Messenger message or a WhatsApp message or a Telegram message or anything like that. That would be done in this output component here. And so by using all of these features together, you can use AI to find you a therapist that takes your insurance and is accepting new patients. Now, could happen, you could call 300 therapists and maybe none of them are. We can't control that. But if there is one out there, this is probably going to be your fastest, cheapest, and easiest way to go about doing that. And I think that's the case with any other kind of medical or professional situation where you have some kind of insurance coverage and you need a service provided that's competitive. My camera overheated, but I just want to say if this video helped you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.